So I had something of a shower thought recently. Now, Windows Phone is long dead, not coming back, at least not in the form that it was, that tile-based interface. But what would stop Microsoft from just embracing and extending Google's Android for their own ends? Now, Android is open source. The main restriction is the Google Play apps. Google totally controls those. Manufacturers pay licensing fees, etc., for that. But the base Android, anyone can recompile and use. Amazon has done that with their Fire phones, their Fire tablets. The phones didn't really do so hot. Nothing would stop Microsoft from doing this. And if you really start looking at the available evidence, it looks like Microsoft is doing that already. They introduced a new feature in the Windows 10 October 2018 update with the Your Phone app, which lets you sync photos and messages from your Android phone to your Windows 10 PC, as well as Android app mirroring, which lets you use Android apps on your Windows 10 PC. You look into the Google Play Store, you look at what Microsoft's been up to, they have a lot of Android apps now. It's quite surprising, and I didn't even realize this. They have Microsoft Edge is available on Android as well as iOS. They even have their own launcher. They have their own voice assistant, Microsoft Cortana. They have an entire Office suite, of course, with Microsoft Office. They even have an email app, of course, Microsoft Outlook. They have authenticator apps. Microsoft has everything it needs to produce its own version of Android. And why not? Why wouldn't they do that? They could just call it Windows Phone. And Android is very much the mobile version of Windows, almost sort of accidentally, but it has a lot of the same commonalities, the same sort of semi-openness, but also with a lot of security holes. There's just a lot in common, and it tends to attract the same crowd. Now, why hasn't Microsoft just gone ahead and done this? I'm not really sure. Maybe they're working out some deals with OEMs. My guess would be they're waiting for Google to try to move away from Android onto this new Fuchsia operating system that they're working on. Because Google's kind of been bored with Android for a while. And this is really Google's Achilles heel. They get bored with things so fast. They've been bored with search for years, for instance. And so there's a lot of things they do not like about Android. They're wanting to replace it entirely and have some sort of merged Chrome OS Android variant. And if Google does that, there's going to be a lot of disaffected Android fans out there, and Microsoft could very easily swoop in with their own app store, their own browser, their own version of Android with their own launcher, and what they could rebrand as Windows Phone, and just take that market right over. It's the classic Microsoft embrace and extend strategy. You take your competitor, you embrace them, you add your own extensions to it, and sooner or later you actually just take it over. And there's no reason they couldn't do the exact same thing with Android. And it would be even easier because Android, at least the core of Android, is open. And Microsoft can just add their own stuff onto that layer. Let me know what you think in the comments. And be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. Thanks for watching.